Hi, Dr. David Mickel, founder of all things Mickel Therapy. And last time we spoke about the fact that, in my opinion, the symptoms of chronic fatigue syndrome, ME, fibromyalgia, long COVID, anxiety are caused by an overwhelmed hypothalamus gland, and that this is driven by the effect of blocked body or primal emotions. So today, let's look a little bit about what it means to block an emotion. So basically, emotions are signals from your body or body consciousness that are requesting actions or decision making or sometimes some words. So, in order for the emotions to flow and not be blocked, you have to respond to them with an appropriate action that matches the underlying request of the emotion. And obviously, to not do so leads to a state of suppressed, blocked emotions, which, as we discussed, creates a chemical effect in the hypothalamus and produces symptoms. So, some common examples of the four emotions that I believe are the only things that are important in terms of all the names we give to emotions are, let's have a look at anger. It's basically just simply your body saying that something unfair is happening, whether it be just a situation or a particular person is creating unfairness, and it demands that you respond to it by creating a clear boundary that protects you from suffering from unfair treatment. Sounds pretty simple, not always so easy, but then, with practice it does become easier. Grief is really interesting because grief is a natural, spontaneous, primal body emotion which refers to loss and therefore sadness. Now, the only time it creates a problem is if we block it and pretend we're not sad or in a grieving state. So, blocking grief is usually caused by pretending that we're not feeling sad, obviously. Now, lack of fulfilment, or what I call body boredom, it's a bigger collection of different emotional requests from your body, but basically, it's when the body creates it, it's saying that the energy of the situation you're in has just become stale. It's like life has gone from a colour movie into a black and white one, and the body is requesting that in that moment you try and find some action that allows the flow of emotion towards fun and fulfillment. So they're the main emotions. The other one, which is fear, I'll come to in a moment. No, actually, I'll come to it. Fear is just a request from the body for missing information. It doesn't. It asks for clarity, not for panic. Now, this is very different from the fear emotional thought complex that happens within the head mind. It's almost programmed to make us pretty much scared of everything that happens in order to, I presume, try and protect us. But it's not always appropriate. But just remember that fear rarely causes symptoms in any of the energy disorders such as chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, and long COVID. And fear almost definitely never is the blocked emotion that leads to the symptom of anxiety. Ironically, anxiety is just the body's way of communicating that there is no more room for storage of the emotions that have been blocked. In other words, there's no more room. So if a small anger or a small boredom occurs, the body produces the symptom of anxiety to tell you that please allow this to flow by taking some of the actions that I just mentioned. And if you don't, then the symptom builds up. And then the head does a thing. It tries to make sense of this awful physiological state of the anxiety symptom, and it labels it fear, and the narrator in their head starts to create big stories around it and just makes a very, very vicious cycle. But at its root cause is normally 95% of the time, your body is actually angry or bored when you're anxious. That's quite a mind twist, isn't it? So these emotions, in terms of letting them flow, Mickel Therapy has developed some tools which we'll go into in the next video, which will show you in terms of what it is that your body seeks in terms of actions, because actions allow emotions to flow. Which is important in terms of taking the overwhelm off your hypothalamus and recovering from symptoms. And for every recovery story that's ever been released or shared, that is what's happening, even if they're not aware they're doing it. So I think it's important that you become very aware of how your body responds at an emotional level underneath your symptoms. So what I would suggest you perhaps try and do in the coming days before our next video is, when you notice your symptoms increase, try and work out what the underlying body emotion could be. Now, your head will quite often tell you it's fear. The body is scared of, things that are logical. The head is just scared of everything. So I would aim for either your body feels it's been unfairly treated by someone or some situation, take appropriate action, or, and this is the big test, your body is feeling unfulfilled and is producing body boredom. But we can go into more detail about how to respond to that next time. If you're interested to learn more, then please subscribe and get some notification for the next video. And if you're interested to learn more about Mickel Therapy, then in the detailed information below, you can even book a free appointment with myself to discuss your own case. Or you can leap straight in and look at our courses and how to start your recovery by using our online core package, modular and video treatment course, with the addition of some coaching sessions if you choose. So I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks. Bye.